A very good morning to all the students of class 12 political science students. Welcome to the online classes. Students, as you know, we were continuing with our chapter number 9, that is globalization, and we had covered two parts of this particular chapter. And today this video would be the last for your current syllabus, as from the next video I shall be taking you revision first of all for the unit test, that is from the chapter 1, 2 and chapter 3, and that third chapter US hegemony. Many of the important topics from that chapter has been merged with chapter number 2. So we shall be studying about those two topics properly, that is chapter number 1 and 2 for the revision of unit examination which are coming up in July. So today should be the last lecture for globalization, and in that I'm taking the topic today, economic consequences of globalization. As if you remember, let's revise what we have already done. In part 1 I told you the meaning and concept of globalization in detail, and I also read all the important concepts from your NCERT book regarding globalization. Then we studied all the positive and negative impact of globalization. Okay. Then we studied some of the important causes in the last video: technological innovation and advancement, transportation improvement, trade liberalization, growth of MNC, removal of exchange control. These are some of the causes of globalization in the current scenario. We have in the NCERT book, we have also covered the past globalization and how it has been changed up now in the future globalization, how the changes are taking place. So the reasons for these current changes are technology, transport, communication, etc. Then in the last video we covered a particular topic, that is political consequences. But before that I told you that globalization is not a term or a concept which can be understood by its narrow meaning. So we have to see its broader term. So we understood that it was a very multi-dimensional concept in which it cannot be understood just by a meaning of globalization. In the different spheres, in the different sections of the sectors, it is having a different meaning. In terms of economy, the meaning of globalization becomes different. In terms of, I can say, commodities, people, it has different dimensions, and we have to understand it completely. So we did political consequences, as it has few manifestations. Globalization has few manifestations, that is political consequences, second economic consequences, and the last one we will do today only, we will do cultural consequences. So now I'm starting the manifestation of globalization as an economic consequences. So with the coming of this concept and so much of influence all around the world of globalization, this concept, what are the economic consequences of globalization? So as we know, this concept has a positive and negative impact on our society. So this dimension, particularly this application of economic consequence, has positive impact as well as negative impact. So I shall be starting with the positive impact first of all, and this is the third part of this chapter, globalization. Fourth part we shall do after your unit exams. So economic consequences. So starting with the positive impact, the first one, you can say it creates new job opportunities. With the concept of globalization, this application brings lot of new job opportunities. So you can think of why and how new job opportunities are generated because of globalization. So we can say many as this is the time when there is a lot of industrialization going all around the world, and many of the developed countries are influencing the developing countries, and they are setting up their industrial plants, as we can say multinational companies, MNCs, and also foreign direct investments are made on the basis of globalization. So because of these MNCs and the foreign direct investment, lot of capital is invested in the developing countries, where a lot of people, local people of the developing country gets new job opportunities. So this is one of the impact of globalization. And what is globalization? It is the free flow of commodities, people, ideas, as I told you in the definition. So in terms of job opportunities, there is a capital flow or the economic flow from the developed world towards the developing country. In that particular developing country, there is so much of unemployment, labor is cheap, so there is lot of generation of job opportunities for the people. Second, it raises the standard of living. Of course, the lifestyle of people changes with the new concepts coming in. Because of the globalization, people start sharing their lifestyle and the way they live because of the globalization. As in terms of a student, you can also see how your lifestyle changes and how you are influenced by the daily life activities from the outside world, which was not previously a part of the Indian society. It increases production efficiency and healthy competition. As we can say, when there are only Indian manufacturers, if I talk about India, if there were only local industrialists who were belonging to India, and India had the closed economy which did not allow any foreign direct investment or MNCs to settle down in India, it would have been the monopoly of the local people here. The production efficiency would have not been too good. There would have been a monopoly of the industrialist or the people of India in the market. But since India has become an open door, India has followed the open door policy, we have opened our economy, we have started liberalization after 1990s. So this increased production efficiency, the quality of the production and the methods of production have increased. The technology used in the various industries for producing various we can say matters or the goods have been increased because of the increased technology which has been globalized from the other world, and there is a healthy competition. When the other outside companies come into India, there is a healthy competition between the local companies and the industries which are setting up in our country from outside. So there is a healthy competition, as the rate of the price, or we can say price of the goods were very high previously, but because of this healthy competition we can find the same product at a low cost now. So we have choice in the market now. Next, it invites greater economic flow among various countries. So when there is globalization, because of the process of we can say trade in terms of imports, export, MNCs coming in, foreign direct investment, people moving from one part of the world to the other part of the world in search of good employment, good living style. So these are the things because of which there is a greater economic flow among various countries. It's all integrated now. Okay. So now, along with these positive points, there are also negative impact of economic consequences on the economy of India or of economy of any country. What are the negative impact of globalization? Up we read here what are the positive. Here we read all the positive impact of globalization on the economy of any country. We can take the example of India also. So if we suppose talking about India, what are the impact of globalization on economy of any country? The first is it increases regional and personal inequalities. Because of this concept of globalization, we can say as a negative impact, we have seen in a society there has been lot of regional and personal inequalities. The rich are getting richer, the poor is getting poorer. The profit is not shared equally among the citizens or the workers in the industry. There are lot of we can say sectors where there are a lot of inequalities in terms of income also. So depletion of flora and fauna, as if flora means related to plants, fauna related to plants. When as we can see there is industrialization, this is the time period, or we can say this is a decade of development. I can say with the use of technology, lot of development activities are going on in a way to grow its economy as much as possible. For that there is a lot of depletion and exploitation of flora and fauna. As the foreign investments are made here, different plants are established from the foreign industries and they deplete lot of natural resources of a developing country just to gain profit. So this is one of the negative impact of globalization on any country. Because of the impact of globalization, there is a lot of environmental issues coming up related to all the plants and animals. Many species of plants and animals are being extinct now, and they are being taken care of, which are endangered. Increasing level of pollution. Of course, when there is so much of development activities, industrialization at the high level is going on, industries are working, lot of production is produced, and lot of new technology is used for the fast production of the goods. This creates a lot of pollution in the city areas especially. Okay. It does not promise equality at par at the present the moment of we can say the concept of globalization. It is also creating inequalities, as I told you. So it does not promise We cannot say with globalization there will be equality. As at present, the movement of people across the globe to developed countries. Many people are around the world wants to travel to the places where they can get the good opportunities to live a good healthy life, good lifestyle. In that case, many people, foreign countries are easily, developed countries are easily coming and investing in the developing countries. And but the case is opposite. If the people from the developing countries are moving towards the developed countries and they want to settle in the developing countries, they have guarded their country or the territory with the policy of visa policies to ensure job security to their local own citizens. They have made these visa policies. This is a procedure, and it's a long procedure through which only few of the people are given the visas to go into developed countries and have a good job or employment to improve their lifestyle. So these developed countries don't allow outsiders easily to penetrate their territories because they want to secure the jobs for their own citizens. But this is the opposite case in terms of developing countries, where developing countries are welcoming the foreign direct investments or the MNCs. Because of these, there is a lot of job opportunities and generation of job for the people who are unemployed. So these are some of the positive and negative impact of economy of any country because of the globalization. Causes of globalization I had already discussed in the last video. Just to remember, you can technology innovation and advancement, transportation improvement, trade liberalization, growth of MNCs, removal of exchange control. All these topics are already related to political consequences, economic consequences. Because of these only, globalization is growing so fast and it is having influence all over the world at such a high degree, and because of which there are a lot of political consequences, economic consequences, as well as cultural consequences. And we are talking in terms of both positive as well as negative impact of globalization on any society. So in terms of culture, if I tell what do you understand cultural consequences, these are, we can say, culture means customs, traditions, values, norms of a particular society, how they are being degraded. In terms, if we will talk about the positive impact of globalization on culture as well as negative impact, but here we can see more negative impacts. So we will be seeing how people lose their old age values and tradition, how now because of the new concept coming up, globalization, and it is being spread so fast and people are following it, because of which the old age, there was so much traditional values and norms and customs of a particular language group and different people or a different country. Now this is we can say fading away slowly. The world begins to look more like dominated by powerful societies. Now the world is looking as if it is dominated by powerful societies. And what are these powerful societies? We can say the Western world, because at this current scenario, globalization means all the economic, political or cultural impact have been on the other parts of the world. We are following, and all the world is influenced by the Western world. It leads to shrinking of rich culture heritage of an entire globe. So if in terms of talk of Asia or India, we had a rich cultural heritage, but now we can say it is shrinking, it is vanishing, it is fading away, because the entire globe is now focused on the globalization, which is more influenced by the lifestyle of the Western world in terms of political, economic or cultural elements. Economic consequences must have been very much clear to you, as I have given you all the negative and positive reasons for that. But I would like to read these cultural consequences from your NCERT book, and this is very easy. You can relate this to your daily life activities and your house and your neighbors and the lifestyle which we are having here. You will easily able to relate after reading this. The consequences of globalization are not confined only to the sphere of politics and economy. So the consequences of globalization, the impact of globalization is not only confined only up to economy and politics, but globalization affects us in our homes. If we talk we have some impact of globalization at our home, what we eat, drink, wear, and indeed what we think. At our home, what we are eating, what we are drinking, what clothes we are wearing, the way we are thinking, this is all the impact of globalization in our society. So now you will be able to understand it shapes what we think are our preferences. The cultural effect of globalization leads to the fear that this process poses a threat to cultures in the world. Now we can say what the cultural effect. I think we are starting with the negative impact on the culture of a place because of the globalization. So they are saying cultural effect of a globalization because of the effect on the culture because of this globalization leads to fear that this process poses a threat to culture. So they think that this globalization is a threat or a danger to the culture of the world. It does so because globalization leads to the rise of uniform culture. Because of this globalization, in now around the world there has been uniform culture. All are following the Western culture. What we eat, what we drink, which lifestyle, which profession we are following. It has become one and the almost uniform nowadays, or what called culture homogenization. This is called cultural homogenization. As around the world, all the people are following the same culture now. The rise of uniform culture is not the emergence of the global culture. What we have in the name of the global culture is the imposition of Western culture. So whatever is the impact on the global culture which the world is following, it is the Western culture. That is why they are calling this global culture, which is currently going on around the world. This is the term is used, homogenization. Okay. We had already studied this phenomena as a soft power. We had also studied this in the chapter number 3, US hegemony, as we were reading as US hegemony as a soft power, where US is having an influence all over the world in terms of soft power. That is their culture. We are following their culture in terms of dresses, food habits, the way they think, their professions. So everyone wants to copy the Western world, as the US is the most dominant country currently. The popularity of the burger, for example, they are giving, as you are also very used to it, burgers, blue jeans. Some argue that a lot to do with the powerful influence of the America way of life. So when the people are changing their lifestyle, they are using blue jeans, burger, eating habits, the way we think, our professions, because of the dominance or powerful influence of America life. So America is so powerful, so dominating, so people want to follow the lifestyle of the people of America. Thus, the culture of politically and economically dominant society leaves its imprint on the less powerful society. So we can say a country like America, US, a very powerful politically and economically dominant society, leaves its imprint on the less powerful. So all the less powerful societies or the countries are influenced towards the more politically and economically powerful countries. So that is why all the developing countries mostly are influenced towards US lifestyle. And the world begins to look more like the dominant power wishes to be. So the world has become what a powerful nation wants a world to look like. Dominant power wishes to be. Those who make the argument often draw attention to the McDonaldization of the world, with culture seeking to buy into dominant American dreams. This is the important point now. This is dangerous not only for the poor countries but for the whole humanity. Now they are saying this globalization, especially the cultural influence, as all the developing countries, especially the poor countries, are having so much of influence on the developed world, that is the Western world, and we are following their culture. This can be a dangerous not only the poor countries but a whole humanity. For it leads to a shrinking, because the rich culture, as we went around the globe, every place we went, one place was other from the other, different languages, different people, different culture, customs. Okay, but now if you travel the world, you will find almost the same lifestyle of a particular place around the world. So we can say the shrinking of the rich culture heritage of the entire globe because of this cultural consequence of globalization. At the same time, it would be a mistake to assume that cultural consequences of globalization are only negative. But we have studied, it would be wrong that if we say that cultural consequences of globalization are only negative in nature. There are also positive impact of cultural consequences, okay, of globalization on the culture of any particular country. For example, all culture except outside influence all the time. Some external some external influences are negative because they reduce our choices, but sometimes external influence simply enlarge our choices. They are saying, as we are influenced by the outside, external influence, as we are influenced by the outside like Western world, sometimes they are negative but sometimes they are positive also, because simply enlarge our choices. Thus, sometimes they modify our culture without overwhelming our tradition. Sometimes we modify ourselves, but without promising our traditional value, without hurting the traditional values. For example, the burger is no substitute for a masala dosa. Of course, people are eating burger. This is a new trend in this market, but it doesn't mean that people have started or stopped eating masala dosa. Masala dosa has a special place in the market, or in the place people like masala dosa, as well as they have the choice. So we can say this cultural influence of the Western world, also we can say this is increasing the choices in the market. It is simply added to our food choices. But jeans, on the other hand, can go well with the homespun khadi kurta. As we say, if we wear blue jeans, this is because of the globalization, we have copied it from the Western world. But if you see the positive side of it, along with the blue jeans, we can match up. We can wear a homespun khadi kurta. We can wear a kurta with the blue jeans. So it means we are influenced by the Western world, but along with it, we are maintaining our traditional values and culture as well. So it's talking about the combination of the outside influence and the traditional culture. So it's written khadi kurta worn over jeans. So wearing a khadi kurta over jeans. Interestingly, this clothing combination has been exported back to the country. Yes, we have imported a lifestyle, that is we are wearing jeans, but we are also exporting it to the Western world. Now we can see in America people are wearing blue jeans, along with that khadi kurtas. You can see it's written so that it is possible to see young Americans wearing a kurta and jeans. So young Americans are, so we can say this is the impact of globalization, positive impact. As we are following them, they are also following some of the traditions which we are following. While culture homogenization is an aspect of globalization. So what do you understand by this word? Like all the countries around the world are majorly focused and influenced towards the Western style. What the Western country, especially like US, we are following the lifestyle of the society of the US. So it is called homogenization. We are making one lifestyle of the people the same around the world. But it's written, the same process also generates precisely the opposite effect. What is the opposite effect? It leads to each culture becoming more different and distinctive. This phenomena is called cultural heterogenization. Heterogenization means like we took jeans as influenced by the Western world, then we use our khadi kurta and we wear kurta with that jeans. But this fashion was copied by the young Americans, as we could see the Americans wearing kurta and jeans. So this is called cultural heterogenization. This is not deny that there remains difference in power and culture. So this was a topic for the cultural consequences of globalization. So in the next, I told you we will be starting with our revision work of chapter number 1, 2 and also chapter number 3, because most of the topics of chapter 3 have been merged to chapter 2. Till then, I shall be giving you certain assignment and questions regarding this particular lecture. Till then, take care. Bye.